I think in this day and age, it's really important for people to speak up and speak out about who they are. And I wanted you to know what it's like to be gay from somebody who is gay. If I can tell you a little bit about my story, I had, in the scheme of things, a really easy, chilled coming out. There was no kind of big reveal. It was no kind of sudden shock. I think some people were really expecting it, and I was in quite a safe environment when I first came out, and then obviously extended that to my family once I felt more comfortable. I think growing up, for me, there is just this feeling that you're a little bit different, and it's not, for me, it wasn't a big thing. By the way, anything I share is my own personal experience. I'm not saying this is the same for everybody who is gay. You just have this feeling that you're a little bit different. I remember when I was about, maybe even like 7 or 8, and I remember we were on holiday, myself and my parents, and I walked past in the UK at some, I don't know if they still have them now, but like beach places, they had like market stands that were covered, I remember even like covered in tarpaulin, and there were clothes on it, and there were some boys' clothes, and I remember then looking at those clothes thinking, oh, I'd really like to wear them. And from that moment, and I had the thought in my head, oh, that's not right that you should want to wear those. Now, take right or wrong, I was 7 or 8. Obviously, I was conditioned at that point. Girls wear this, boys wear that. You know, it doesn't really matter now. Everyone wears anything. It doesn't really matter. But back then, that was a big deal for me. I remember that. I remember having the thought, oh, I'm a bit different. I couldn't have put gay as a label. I couldn't have said, oh, I like women. I couldn't have said any of that. And then as I kind of aged, there were little things that happened, and I was like, okay, I like her, you know, I fancy her. But I still fancied men as well. It wasn't like, I didn't put a label on it. I didn't actually put a label on it until I was 22. And let's talk about labels quite quickly. I think as a gay person, sometimes labels, as much as it's great to put a label on something, it's a very definite title. And for a long time, I didn't know what I identified as. And so if you're somebody who is watching this thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm gay, I don't know if I'm not, it's okay. It's okay. You don't need to put a title onto something. And I know that we're in this society where there is a name for every type of gender and sexuality, and that is beautiful, and I love that. But I totally understand and can relate to when you're feeling this confusion. You don't quite know where you sit, and that's okay. That is okay. And the way it feels to be in a relationship for me with a woman is the most normal feeling ever. You know, some people say, well, being gay is a choice. And, you know, if you'd have said to me, if you could sit me down on you know, if when they were making Humans, say, and you had this factor and you could say gay or not gay, I would pick not gay. And that's not because, by the way, that's not that I'm perfectly happy and love being who I am, but just think, you know, if it was a choice, the obvious choice is to be straight, because things are easier. You know, you can marry in some places, you can have children in the easiest, simplest way sometimes, whereas there is a lot more of a process to being gay and getting married and gay and having children and gay and living a life where some people really don't like the choices that you've made, or they really don't like the sexuality that you are. They don't like the choice of what clothes you wear. They don't, and because of the clothes you wear, they think they know you, and they shout things at you in the street, or they shout things at you when you're with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You know, so I want it to be clear, you know, if I had a choice, if you could sit me down and when they were making Humans, like I said, and make me pick, you know, most people, I guess, would pick not gay. So to explain how it feels when I was having relationships and having kind of spending intimate time with men, it felt so strange. It felt, I didn't want to be there. There was this tightness here. I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it. And you know, the most annoying thing you can say to a lesbian sometimes is, oh, maybe you just didn't meet the right man. Please don't say that to somebody who is lesbian. Please don't. please don't. Because the comfort and the normality and the feeling I felt when I was in my first relationship with a woman is, I guess, how every heterosexual person feels when they get into a relationship. I guess, I don't know. It felt so normal. So right, Dexter. It's been a wonderful time. It felt so normal and so right. And I can't pinpoint what it was. You know, if you take the sexual side out of it completely, just on a intimacy level in terms of how I feel stood, sat and lay next to you, that felt so normal in comparison to anything that I'd ever felt before. So if you are unsure or you don't know where you're at in terms of your sexuality, it's okay. If you know somebody who you think is confused or might be gay or might be bi or might be trans, please let them come out in their own time. Please just listen and understand them. Please don't try and say, oh, maybe this, just let them be. Don't force them into anything. Don't force them to come out. Don't force them to put a label on what they are. Just let them be. Because I promise you what they're experiencing is real confusion. And also, for me, it was like looking to be normal. It was looking to feel what everyone else feels. And so, please know that if you are in that situation, it gets easier. I am happily, openly gay, but also I don't really identify to that label anymore, because do you know what? You're human. We are all human. It just so happens that I like to have relationships with women, and people watching this, you might like to have relationships with men and women, I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know, we're all human. You know, it's like when we go to a restaurant, we all pick different things off a menu. It's okay. So please be kind, be loving, and be caring, and understand that we're all just the same, just we might like slightly different things. So I just wanted to share how it feels, and I will share my whole kind of story. Like I said, it's not a massive dramatic story, my coming out story, but I will kind of share it in time, and hopefully it will help people and encourage people to speak out if they want to, or just feel more comfortable, whatever works for you. But I really hope that helps. If you've liked this video and liked what I've talked about, and I've kind of told you a bit more about myself, please drop us a comment. Let me know if this has helped, if you've experienced something similar, if you know someone who's going through something similar. And please hit the subscribe and hit that notifications bell, because I share lots of videos like this, hopefully empowering, hopefully positive videos that will make people feel that little bit better, and hopefully increase in understanding as well. So a beautiful evening, day, morning, whatever time of day it is, wherever you're at. Sending you lots of love.